You're gonna have an Errol in your back. Take a selfie.
I gotta send this to BTG before I go.
Gotta send this to BTG. You ain't got no reception. That was a good friend of mine. Actually, not really. Welcome back to the show. Welcome to Behind the Glass. This is another episode of 40 Places Around the World That Are Forbidden to Go To. We are on...
Number 3?
This is number 3. We are on 80skids.com. If you can go look that up. The thing that I wanted to make sure to mention to everybody... You go to these places. Remember, like I said in the first video, you go to these places, send us pictures of you at these places that are illegal and forbidden for you to go to. Send them to our Instagram page. Actually, for legal reasons, I can't actually say that, I don't think. So, don't go, but wink, wink on the down low and on the DL.
I mean, if you find yourself there.
If you shall happen to find yourself on one of these places that are forbidden, just take a few pictures and send them to the Instagram page. Okay? This one is titled North Sentinel, or is it Sentinel or Centennial? I think it's Sentinel. North Sentinel Island in India. This is a beautiful picture. I'll have this one up on the screen so you guys can see that.
I bet it's an angry place, though.
Why would you? Just because of the India? Is that what makes you say that?
No, they're actually really nice people, I think.
So what makes you say this is an aggressive and angry place?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Why do I feel like you've done your own research while we were not? I knew it. Whatever. Yeah. So you're going to be the educated person on this video.
No, I just read the same thing you did.
No, man, that's cool, Skis. That's cool. So, oh yeah, can you see that? Can you read that? It says, right off India's coast in the Bay of Bengal sits a tiny island. What? Oh, I thought you said something. Sits a tiny island called North Sentinel Island with turquoise blue waters and beautiful sandy beaches. One would think it is the perfect vacation destination. But outsiders are not allowed. The indigenous people known as the Sentinelese. What in the heck? Sentinelese. I don't know.
That's the way I would say it.
Yeah. The indigenous people known as the Sentinelese reject any contact with the outside world. After a tsunami in 2004, the Indian Coast Guard flew over the island to assess the damage, and they reported men emerging to shoot arrows at the helicopters. Can you imagine living in a world in which you'd have no idea what a helicopter is, and you see one fly over and you come out and you shoot it with arrows?
That's crazy. Because if they actually didn't know what it was, wouldn't they also think of it as maybe a god or something?
It would be the great Ununaki or whatever those.
And they all bow down and bow to it because they don't understand.
Yeah, and one of them pretends like he knows what it is, and he's like, it's the great spirit that I summoned. And the rest of them bow down and worship him, from that day forward. That's insane, man.
It reflects our arrows. It is impervious to our weapons.
The gods are angry. Gods, these pictures, I'm going to put up some of these pictures. These are beautiful pictures. This island looks completely freaking tiny, though. I'm curious to know how they lived. This is another page that I'm on called thestrongtraveler.com. I was
going to say, you can see another island in the picture too. So they probably boat back and forth from it. They build their little boats out of trees and paddle over there.
That's possible. It says this is the Sentinelese tribe. It says the tribe doesn't have friendly relations with outsiders and are staunch protectors of their homeland. Previous attempts to contact the tribe were welcomed with showers of spears and Errols. Some might even call them the most aggressive, uncontacted tribe on Earth. Can we still call them uncontacted if we've flown over with helicopters and pictures all over the internet and we have contacted them? Yeah.
So to them, we're aliens.
Dude, I would love to know what they actually think. You know what I'd love to know? I'd love to actually go to this island, and whoever goes to this island and sends their pictures to our Instagram page, I would like to know what their drawings and paintings and stuff look like. Because here's what makes me curious about these people on this island. Because we look back in history and we see like the Egyptians, hieroglyphics, and they have all of these things carved into stone. And a lot of the stuff we don't understand. And we're like, they were seeing these crazy alien creatures, or they knew things that we didn't know just because of these drawings like these. But what I would love to know is to go now, because these, I mean, I'm looking at this picture. I'll put this picture up on the screen. These look like the kind of people who would maybe draw stuff that's crazy, right? They
well, they draw stuff probably in like ash and stuff like that, probably.
Yeah,
I mean, they don't have like.
They probably tell pretty crazy stories.
Everything's handmade.
Right. And they're probably telling crazy stories, like, and they might even have things etched in the rocks showing like helicopters flying in the sky, right? But what I'm curious to know is, I'm curious to go to this island because we pretty much already know things about the world, right? And we might be able to date like how far back this tribe started on this particular island, and we haven't contacted them apparently. So I'm curious to know if we go back and on this island and look at all their drawings, what would it say? Like, it would like go back like 15. We say this was dated, this drawing, you know, we figured out they drew it 100 years ago. Like, what did they draw was going on in the world at that time? Now, we already know what was going on in the world. They're on the island. We know everything. Like, what if they were actually drawing like aliens invading Earth or something crazy? Then we're like, okay, these guys are just a bunch of liars back then. Like, how can we trust anything they're saying now in these drawings?
What they see is, yeah.
You know,
alien to them for sure. Like a ship, like a cruise ship when it goes by, they're like, "What the?"
That's true. They might draw crazy ships like floating off in the sunset or something weird. That would be curious. Like, I'd love to go and see if they leave drawings and writings and stuff.
I don't know. Well, maybe they're just cannibals and like eat people. We don't know.
That's interesting.
I mean, we don't. I mean, somebody does. Somebody's obviously studied them from afar, right? I mean, us as people probably know a little more about them.
Probably. This says, this article on thestrongtraveler.com says, to this day, there has only been one friendly meet with the tribe, and that took place in 1974. And they took lots of food from the visitors. So what the heck, man? They've been contacted. They have like Snickers bars and stuff. It says, however, in 1992, the Indian government banned people to go near the island, not just because they would kill them, but also because the tribe had no immunity against normal disease. So like the Pilgrims.
Well, you also don't know what kind of diseases they might have. You got to think about that too.
Does it work that way?
I would think, because they might. What if they have like, just like we put another group, like the monkey thing early in our episodes, where we put them on an island because they had a disease we didn't want to, like, they might have stuff we don't know about too. I mean, if they've been there that long.
Yeah, that's true. I don't claim to be very knowledgeable about history, but did the Pilgrims get any diseases from the Indians?
Who knows? Who knows?
I
don't know where smallpox and all that stuff come from. I just
came from the Europeans, those dirty bastards.
They had that before. Well, yeah,
they brought it over and
usually
wiped out.
Originates from animals, though.
The Europeans brought over smallpox. I don't know where the Europeans got the smallpox from or where that originated from.
I just know a lot of stuff like rats and stuff like that back in the day.
Is that
cleanliness?
Yeah. Is that a byproduct of like advancing technology and like different ways of eating food and like all like living in these I don't know, weird like people like all living in one culture? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Is that a product of that? Because the Native Americans, they all like stayed together. You know, they weren't inventing like weird like gasoline engines and crap like that. It's like, well, the Pilgrims didn't have that either.
I'm sure the Native Americans and stuff before anybody was here had their own problems too with like sickness and disease, though. You know.
Yeah, where did smallpox come from?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm sure there's something like, You know, I mean, on the island they've been secluded. Not saying they're definitely keeping like anything we've had out of there.
Right.
But you don't know if something. I mean, they live in a warm place too. Isn't that like how bacteria and stuff thrives in heat?
That's true. You know, I suppose it's just like if we were to travel to Africa, they have to vaccinate you like a bunch of times before you go over there or something.
Yeah, so you don't get like malaria and shit.
Yeah. And then they get malaria in Africa, right? And die from it.
They can still die from it.
Yeah. So we can both, that was a pretty stupid like argument that I just laid out, but we can both, like you were saying, we can both get diseases from each other, I'm sure. But this says that people are banned from going to this island because these people would kill them and because the tribe had no immunity against normal diseases.
Like the
That's a weird
cold.
statement.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, like we have immunity against the cold.
Well, because their body, if like the cold is something that's never been there, they've never had to like, their bodies have never had to fight it and like build an immunity to it.
That's
so it's like
weird.
something new.
So the cold is a disease that we pretty much manufactured and gave ourselves. And
Well, it came from somewhere in it.
how did they not? You're telling me none of them have ever had a sore throat? Is that like? How does that make? I don't understand that.
Their probably biggest worry is like cooking up a puffer fish and like eating the poison sack, right?
Well, I'm sure there got to be experts at it by now. After freaking mom died and dad died with it.
Have you ever watched like them guys that like specialize in cooking it and stuff?
Yeah, man, I love watching those videos. It's
like you could possibly die, but it's a really good meal. It might be your final meal,
right, and you could die just like that with one of those fish.
Hey, that'd be a good like your death row. What was your last meal be?
Buffer fish. Just bring it
I mean,
to me.
I might die anyway, so.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna say if you guys are gonna kill me on the electric chair, or I'd rather eat this fish, you know. And I'm gonna tell them, just bring it to me. I'm a chef in my previous life. I was a chef. I know how to, but I'm gonna just eat it and then die right there.
Or would that be a more excruciating death?
It might actually be pretty painful. I don't know.
You like vomit for like 5 hours, kicking up blood and stuff.
Damn. I'll take the electric chair. Maybe that should be one of our videos. Electric chair, poisonous food. Like we'll do one of those.
But yeah, they got. I mean, look at the picture below that. Yeah, they got pretty up and close.
Holy God! I'll put this picture on the screen too.
Is that like the same group of people? How'd they get such a close picture if nobody's allowed?
Because they took them food. They're lying to us when they say that we've never contacted this tribe. I feel like I've sold you guys a basket.
Maybe we flew a drone down and just like took a picture and flew away.
They would have caught that drone. They shot arrows at a helicopter. They just shot that drone down for sure. This says,
damn, man, you get thirsty, you just put some water in that bowl. You just have it all day.
How dare you? Are those bullets in her hair? Does that look like spent ammo shells, doesn't it?
I don't know, man. That's crazy.
Looks like spent like freaking 50 cals or something. Not 50.
Travel stuff is crazy. That's all I know. Like the stuff they do is nuts.
Yeah, this says if they got infected, all of their existence will wipe off the face of the earth. It says they are 15 to 400 in number. So there's between 15 people and 400 on this island. They are short people, 165 centimeters tall with dark, shiny skin and teeth, with strong muscles as they are hunter-gatherers. I'm not going to read too much.
I can imagine they're like super muscular. They ain't like pumping weight.
Have you ever seen African people?
I'm not saying they're not like in shape, but
compared to Americans,
they're
they're jacked. The pictures don't do it justice. Like for instance, you guys on the camera, I probably look like a skinny little kid on this camera, but in reality, I'm massive. I'm like a linebacker. What are you laughing at?
Yeah, he's huge.
I'm huge. Take my word. Just take my word for it. Okay, I'm massive. The camera takes away 10 pounds. People say it adds 10 pounds. That's not true. It takes away. I look like a baby in these videos.
Well, no, but I mean, I've seen like, I mean, do they get a lot to eat, or are they like wondering if they're going to eat the next day?
That's hunter-gatherers. It says they use spears, arrows, and bows to kill and hunt animals.
Is there a lot of animals on this island? I feel like fish is like your main diet.
That's a good... It says the island is covered in dense forest. I'm assuming they do fishing.
I feel like that's a major part of like eating. Because I mean, there's all these people living. You think they like maintain their wildlife, or they just like kill and eat it as they please, you know?
It's a good
I feel like
question.
they're not like managing their wildlife to like keep it around.
That's true.
Unless they have like flock of cows and stuff. I don't know. Flock of sheep.
Dude, I'm curious now. Now you
Oh, that guy's got pictures close to it, right? He's like, or that's a whole
he was
different thing.
killed by that's a different completely.
That guy was killed by him?
What is this? Oh yeah. No, this is a completely different story.
Oh, lame.
I wandered off. Yeah, I wandered off into that. But anyway, what were you saying before that? Nothing?
Talking about what they eat. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was just curious what they would eat on.
I don't know. They must have some. They've stayed alive. I'm assuming animals. You want to Google
People.
it? You want to Google it?
Each other.
I mean, yeah. That's strange to me.
I mean, they catch a human. I mean, that's probably.
They might eat people. I don't know. Coconut. Oh, here we go. This will
way out there.
This will tell us.
Going way off topic.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm curious to know what they eat now. I saw it says their diet consists mainly of coconuts and fish.
Yeah, that's
that can be found in the shallow waters around their shores.
A lot of omega-3s.
Yeah. Their meat consists of turtles and small birds. Huh. Good on you guys. That's crazy. Lucky bastards. Well, anyway. I mean, you guys need to go to this place, take pictures. You're going to have an Errol in your back. Take a selfie.
I got to send this to BTG before I go.
Gotta send this to BTG. You ain't got no reception. Never goes out. Take your phone and throw it so they can't get the technology.
What would they do with it? They wouldn't know, right?
They would play around with it.
It'd be worse than like when you give like your grandma a computer before they like ever tried to use one.
They would probably play around with it until the battery died, and then they would consider it magic. Ugh.
Could you imagine just dropping off like a Model T there? You're like, take this. Do with it what you must.
Yeah. And then you would have a remote control start to it because obviously they would never figure out how to start it.
Well, they would.
No, I don't
They'd
think
tinker
so.
around with it long enough.
I don't even know if I know how to start a Model T. I don't think it was just a key. Didn't you have to crank those things?
I feel like you'd figure it out if you mess with it long enough.
Maybe. I don't know.
Back engineer, right? That's what we've done.
That's possible. That's possible. But it would be cooler if you remote control started it and then they're all standing around. You fire that thing up. They start screaming.
Well, they'd start throwing their spears at it because they think it's alive. They have to kill it, right?
Yeah, man. Can't leave.
It's true.
It is. That's true.
I mean, they're not making fun.
That looks. See, from
I
this.
couldn't imagine.
No.
Like if I'm just saying, like if it, like something I have never seen, like say an alien just shows up in your house and you're like half asleep, are you gonna shoot it? Probably, right?
Yeah. That's
Are you gonna try to capture it? I'm just saying. Like,
a good question.
you don't know what it is. If you saw a spaceship parked outside in your backyard, would you just like walk into it?
Did you see the story about Travis Walton? I think it was Travis Walton. He's the guy who got abducted by aliens. He had that story. He was
Is that the fire in the sky one?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy.
But he just walked up to see what it was. Yeah.
He walked up and then he hid and then like stood up and something they jacked him. Dude, they like abducted him. The movie was terrible.
Yeah.
I watched his interview with Joe Rogan. He told you a whole story. The movie doesn't, even though he said on the show, he said the movie was, he thought the movie was good for some reason, but I thought they strayed way far away from the way he told the story.
For the time it was made, it probably wasn't bad.
They
When was
wanted-
it made? Like early 90s, right?
I believe so, yeah. They wanted to add their own little flair into it, of course. Jesus.
These bricks.
Hurt my arm. But anyway, we've strayed far off again.
That's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we do here at BTG. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Behind the Glass. Anyway, this is 40 places around the world that are forbidden to go to. North Sentinel Island in India. And the Bay of Bengal. This is another place that you cannot go to. You can. But please, by any means, try to and get us those pictures. But, you know, I fear for your life. And legally, I have to tell you, don't do it. But wink, wink. All right. So yeah, do that. Don't go. There's gonna be some cool pictures for you guys to see in this video. Go subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, comment, check out our Instagram and Twitter pages. We need followers on Twitter. And go, do all the things. We'll catch you guys in the next video.
Peace.
Peace.